Well, I was home for my younger son's graduation from high school, and now we're back to doing more modifications on the newer truck on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. That's Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, yeah, so did the whole graduation ceremony, 9 a.m. on Friday. I did, last time I did the video, I was on my way back with a load towards King Soopers Kroger in Aurora on Wednesday, Aurora, Colorado. Couldn't find anything else. I was looking for a short hop to get me towards the house, but couldn't find anything. So just came home on Thursday, did the graduation, we did the big party for my son on Saturday, all went well, happy, happy, happy. And then of course with Monday being Memorial Day tomorrow, I always hate holidays. As a truck driver, all it does is screw me up and keep me from making money. But, so, taking advantage of the time, trying to do more modifications here to the newer truck to make it more like my CT1, as this is now CT2, for those of you who follow me. And so we were working on getting the seats all done today. Okay, here in the process of getting the passenger seat out. And then I'm going to try to get the driver's seat out and swap that for the one in the Coronado, which is less than a year old. So let's have the newer seat that I had to pay $1,400 for last year, as opposed to this one that's killing my ass. What do you think? Well, I had to go buy a special size star bit so I could get the seatbelt things off the bar in the back right there. Tape the airline down. I'm going to cut it. I've got 2 more bolts on this side. And then the seat should come off of the platform, and then there's the way they're done on this truck is the platform is separate from the rest of the seat. So we take that out and we should be able to get the seat out the door, and then I got to take the platform off. Okay, passenger seat's out. There's still a separate little base plate that I need to take out. See right there, the way these newer Cascadia seats work, they bolt onto, you can see run 2, 3, 4 onto this base plate. So I need to pull this base plate up because I'm going to use those bolts that are there holding the base plate in, put down a piece of wood that I can now mount the toilet platform holder to, so then the toilet, which is back there, will mount right down there, so I'll have easy access to dump that tank. It'll be a beautiful thing. We've created all this extra room. What do you think? And you can see the driver's side seat is, other than the airline, we could get that undone. We'll get that done here in a minute. My wife will help me with that. And we're going to get that one out of here because we're going to swap that with, dun, 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 dun. Yes, the newer seat from the Coronado, which I had to buy just last year. Already got it unbolted. I could not get this one undone because when they installed the seat, they stripped the hell out of that bolt. Take a look. Right there. So anyway, I had to pull this from the floor, so I'll have to pull that floor thing on the other one, and we'll try to get it into this back rail here, because you have to have that legally in, so in case the bolts let go there, you've got other bolts with the belt holding it further back in the floor. Okay, yeah, you can see the passenger seat is out like I showed earlier, but I got to cap off that airline because I'm not using it, and just bending it isn't seeming to work. So I'm going to go down to Sap Brothers, and they are going to make a little end cap for me. But as you can see, we were able to get the newer seat I had to buy last year for the Coronado here into the Cascadia. So luckily, made the bolts work in the floor. I was able to get that one in for the seatbelt. Had to pull the one out of the floor. So use the connector for this one, which means I can't use the electronic thing and tell me the seatbelt's connected, so we'll just have to deal with that. So I'm going to have to still stick that down to the floor, but yeah, how about that? The newer seat I had to buy last year, we're able to still use. Yay! Alright, so I went over to Sap Brothers and I brought a piece of that same size hose and had them make me a plug for the airline that is not being used anymore from the passenger seat. So that fits in there that way. This is a quick connect on this end. You push that in, you can pull the hose out, so that'll be my little plug, so I won't have this little air leak down here where the passenger seat used to be. What do you think? All right, so all we're going to do is take this junction off, because it's a quick connect, and then we're going to stick my little plug on there. Alrighty, quick enough to do. You just slide it back on the hose, push it all the way in, and pull it back, and it tightens itself in place. I'm running out of daylight here, so I'm going to have to continue this project tomorrow on Memorial Day. But there's the support plate that holds the toilet, which is back there right now, down to the floor. It's got a little handle there in the front, and you pull that out, and then you pull the front end up, and it has the back end that holds it in. So then I'll be able to access that easily from the passenger door when it's time to dump the toilet tank. And the top one then comes off, and the bottom one, the black part of the tank, that's what then you carry inside and you dump into a toilet. Very easy to do, and it'll have real easy access right there on the passenger door. I think that's about exactly where I want to put it. Like I said, I'm going to put that wood plate down for the this bottom plate for the toilet to screw onto, because we already have those holes there, and I want to fill those holes again. Still got the bolts over there, so we'll put a piece of wood down. I think I may even put one of these rugs over that wood to make it look nicer, and then I'll just buy another one of these rugs for this area right here on the floor in front of the sleeper area. And then look at all that space we have right there that I'm going to be able to build a custom drawer thing. I've got the plastic ones right now, but John Hallgren's going to help me, and we're going to design a whole little unit with drawers and maybe some bins in the back and place on top, and I might even do a little cabinet there right in front of where the curtains are. So we're going to make good use of that space, and then I'll have plenty of room to put my folding bicycle back in front of the toilet. We're going to create a little folding little platform, a little kind of a Murphy bed, and we'll put a pet bed up on top for Rusty, so when we're going down the road, that'll be folded over, hiding the toilet and having a nice place for Rusty. And then when we're parked, we fold that up, and we have access to the toilet at night. Okay, I went ahead and slid the toilet over there on top of the plate there. I think that's roughly where it's going to go. So, like I say, that I'll be able to access it. I'll just pull that little handle down the bottom. Then you reach around, you go outside, open the side door, and there's a little switch in the back. And then you can separate the top from the bottom, take the bottom inside and dump it. So that's where that's going to be. So it doesn't have to stay there in front of my bunk and take up space back there, so we have more space. Now I can put all this crap away. And when you look at the whole setup, from back here in front of the fridge and all that, you see how by just taking out that passenger seat, how much space you create in the truck. I mean, my gosh. Porta potty has its own spot, the drawers, and we're gonna, like I say, build something custom there. Rusty's pet bed for now is down there. It's where the bike will go. And for right now, I just have the cab commander bag with my atlas and back scratcher and stuff I need to be able to access while driving, just on top of the drawers, and I have it looped around the cabinet there with the strap, so that'll hold into place. So that just may be staying right there for now until I can get more done. But like I say, just that seat going away, you just get really the feeling of you've created so much more room. When I always say I live in a box. And now we've created a lot more space, and we of course have our little customer lounge, as they call it, here in the back. And of course that bed folds down for sleepy time. And I am going to do another board. There's this metal plate, you can kind of see it, part of it down there underneath the fridge, and the fridge doesn't sit exactly straight, and I want to be able to strap it into something. So I'm going to put another board, take that metal plate out, and again use the screws that are there to put a wood board down for a nice solid straight floor underneath the fridge. And then I know there's a place in the back behind it where I can do a strap, so I'm going to do one that goes right around the middle and one that'll go up and all the way around the top, so it'll be strapped in a little more permanently. So these are little ratchet straps I got, and it says they're only 6 feet, but I also have a whole bunch of this same kind of strap that's an orange that I can tie to it if I need to. But between the two, that should be able to secure the fridge into place really good. So yeah, I think that's going to work really well. And I know a lot of you are saying, well, but Clutch, what if you need to use the toilet in the daytime and you got the windows right there? Well, remember that curtain is still right there. I can just pull it around real quick And if you're stepping up on my step and peering in through the driver window to see me on the toilet, well, that's your bad. What do you think? Yeah, and as I showed there, I have those straps, and I'm going to do a whole rigging system. So, because so far I just had that cushion in between those plastic shelves and towels on top of the fridge to hold it in place, but we're going to use some straps to really ratchet it down right and do all that. Talked to John Hallgren earlier tonight as I sent him some pictures of how I'm planning to put in the newer toilet, and now that we have the seat out. So we've come up with a whole plan on a whole little shelving system, drawer system we're going to do, and I'm getting rid of those plastic ones. Those are just there temporarily, but we've come up with a whole plan. And then I'm going to do the whole other big storage system on the back, which is right back there, where you can see where I'm pointing now. The upper bunk folded up. There's going to be a nice little storage system up there that we're going to work on. So that's all going to be coming up in weeks ahead, as I keep trying to make the CT2 here, Clutch Trucker 2, a lot more like Clutch Trucker 1, but without as many drastic modifications, because the whole point in switching trucks is I didn't have enough money to repair that one, unfortunately. So tomorrow, going to be doing more work on that. But here it is, of course, Sunday night, the 26th, right before Memorial Day. Happy, and all that. I'll be doing more work tomorrow, and I'm going to leave tomorrow night, head up to Douglas. I've got a lignite load again. They're back to bring me to Wisconsin. It's a quick one. Got to do it in just over a day. Deliver on Wednesday. Nothing booked after that, but we'll see what happens. What do you think? Oh, gotta tell you, so much happier to have my newer seat back that I had to buy for the Coronado last year back into place. I was just testing where to put the steering wheel, and oh, the seat is so much better. Oh, lovely. Well, yeah, I had an older thing of Rusty in the opening there, because of course now that I'm home, he's happily inside sleeping with my wife in the bed. So I didn't want to have to drag him out to show him at the end. But we're just going to try to keep making the money. I had kind of a forced 5 days off, which I really wasn't planning on, but I couldn't find any decent loads. God, loads out of Denver, so bad. 75 cents a mile, are you kidding me? Even with the new truck, that doesn't even pay for the fuel. So, thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter, Clutch Trucker 5 on TikTok, and as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty sleeping inside happily. Out. You broke the seat. How do you break a car seat? That's impossible. You screwed around with it, and then you broke it. Alright, normally Rusty would be here at the end, but for right now, you just got me. But of course, he'll be back in probably the next video. Probably it'll be a few days again, because I got to do a tight run. But Rusty will be back, so don't worry, he's a-coming.